Amazing fantasy. Introducing Spider-Man. Like costume heroes? Confidently, we in the comic mag business refer to them as long underwear characters. And as you know, they are a dime a dozen. But we think you may find our Spider-Man just a bit different. Say, gang, we need one more guy for the dance. How about Peter Parker over there? Are you kidding? That bookworm wouldn't even know a cha-cha-cha from a waltz. Peter Parker? He's Midtown High's only professional wallflower. As you may have gathered, Peter Parker was far from being the biggest man on campus, but his Uncle Ben thought he was a pretty special lad. You're not fooling me, Petey. I know you're awake, and it's time for school. Oh, gosh, Uncle Ben. You're worse than a room full of alarm clocks. As for Pete's Aunt May, she thought the sun rose and set upon her nephew. I cooked your favorite breakfast, Petey. Wheat cakes. Don't fatten him up too much, dear. I can hardly out-wrestle him now. The faculty at Midtown High were also fond of the clean-cut, hard-working honor student. Keep up the good work, Parker, and you're sure to rate a scholarship when you graduate. I'll do my best, sir. But Alice, other teenagers can sometimes unwittingly be so very cruel to shy young men. Sally, I was wondering if you're busy tonight? Peter, for the umpteenth time, you're just not my type. Not when dreamboats like Flash Thompson are around. I admire your good taste, doll. Get lost, bookworm. Look, there's a great new exhibit at the Science Hall tonight. Would any of you like to go with me? Science Hall? Ha! You stick to the science, son. We'll take the chicks. Yes, for some, being a teenager has many heartbreaking moments. See you around, bookworm. Give our regards to the Atom Smasher, Peter. Someday I'll show them. Someday they'll be sorry. Sorry that they laughed at me. And a few minutes later, Peter Parker forgets the taunts of his classmates as he is transported to another world, the fascinating world of atomic science. And now for a demonstration of how we can control radioactive rays here in the laboratory. But as the experiment begins, no one notices a tiny spider descending from the ceiling on an almost invisible strand of web. A spider whom fate has given a starring, if brief, role to play in the drama we call life. Accidentally absorbing a fantastic amount of radioactivity, the dying insect, in sudden shock, bites the nearest living thing, at the split second before life ebbs from its radioactive body. Ow! A spider? It bit me! But why is it burning so? Why is it glowing that way? My head. It feels so strange. I need some air. Looks as though our experiment unnerved young Parker. Too bad. He must have a weak stomach. What's happening to me? I feel different. As though my entire body is charged with some sort of fantastic energy. Wrapped in his thoughts, Peter doesn't hear the auto which narrowly missed him until the last instant, and then, unnoticed by the riders, he unthinkingly leaps to safety. But what a leap it is! There was one egghead who won't daydream anymore when he crosses the street. You can say that again. What's come over me? I I'm scaling this wall just as easily as I can walk. Mommy, look at the man walking up the side of a building. That's the last horror movie I take you to, young man. It's incredible. I reached the roof in just a few seconds. What's this? I crushed this steel pipe as though it was paper. It's the spider. It has to be. Somehow, in some miraculous way, his bite has transferred his own power to me. I can walk down this cable as effortlessly as the spider itself can glide along its web. I've got to have time to think. I've got to plan what to do with this unbelievable ability which fate has given me. A few minutes later. This will be a good chance to test my power again. Filled with excitement, Pete races back home and I'll put on some old clothes and leave my glasses here. But what if I fail? I don't want to be a laughingstock. I will find some way to disguise myself. A few minutes later. I would try for that $100, Crusher. Well, if it ain't a little masked marvel, step up, sucker. Now just relax, shorty. I will try to make this as painless as possible. Hey! It works! I have the speed, the agility, the very strength of a gigantic spider. Put me down! You win! You win! You're not human! Nobody can do that! Wanna bet? Greatest act I have ever seen! Sensational, fantastic, and that mask gimmick gives him just the right touch of mystery. He was terrific. That mask character may be just what I've been looking for. Listen, friend, I'm a TV producer. With that act of yours, I can make you a fortune. And keep the mask angle. It's great showmanship. Here's my card. Call me. You'd be a smash on Ed Sullivan's show. Thanks. Later, at home again. Showmanship? He hasn't seen anything yet. Since I have the powers of a spider, I will design myself a spider costume and... Oh, hi Aunt May. You looked a little tired, Petey, so we brought you some crackers and milk. Crackers and milk? Bless them, if they only knew. Now let's see. A spider needs a web. This little device should just do the trick. I will fasten one to each arm. It will operate by the slightest pressure of any finger. I will need a name. Well, guess Spider-Man is as good as any. Looks pretty good, if I do say so myself. So, they laughed at me for being a bookworm, huh? Well, only a science major could have created a device like this. With some strong liquid cement at the end, I can pull myself up anywhere with my little web, and my costume is thin enough to wear unseen under my street clothes. Okay, world, better hang on to your hat. Here comes the Spider-Man.